Today we will learn about the final ancient civilization in the Americas. We have already covered the Mayans and the Aztecs. Today we'll look at the Incas. First, let's take a look at our essential questions and key vocabulary words for today. Your essential questions are: who were the Incas? What was their civilization like? You will soon learn that the Incas are very similar to the two other civilizations we've learned about this week. Your key vocabulary words are origin and economy. Take a minute to get these copied down before we continue with our lesson. The early history of the Incas is a mystery. Since the Incas never developed a system of writing, we must rely on the writings of their Spanish conquerors for an Incan history that we know. The Incas probably began as one of many small tribes in the Andes Mountains. At its peak, the Incan Empire spread through parts of what are now Peru, Ecuador, Chile, Bolivia, and Argentina. The Inca land included desert, fertile valleys, some rainforests, and the Andes Mountains. The Incan Empire was so large that they built a system of roads that stretched over 12,000 miles. The Incas did not use wheeled vehicles on their roads. The Great Road System was for pedestrians. The Incas developed terrace farming. They cut terraces into steep sides of the mountains to create farmland. They also dug irrigation systems to bring water from the mountain streams to the terraces. Many of the Incan roads, terraces, and irrigation ditches are still in use today. The Incans also developed a counting system that used a base 10. They used a quipu to remember numbers. The quipu had a main cord about 2 feet long. They tied many colored strings to the main cord. Each string had knots tied to it. The colors of the strings and the distance between the knots had special meanings. Like other native tribes, the Incans worshipped many gods and goddesses. The major Incan god was the god of nature, Viracocha, the creator. The Incas believed that they could learn the will of the gods by divining, the study of magic signs. Priests would look at things such as animal organs, flames of a fire, or movements of animals, and from these they would try to discover if it was a good day for planting crops, going to war, or making other important decisions. The Incans were master builders. They had the best planned cities in the ancient Americas. Planners laid out cities in a grid. Each city had a central plaza, with the major temples and public buildings surrounding it. The center of each city included temples, a palace for visiting the Inca, and housing for the priests and nobles. Houses for the common people surrounded the central area. The two most famous Incan cities were Cusco and Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is the best preserved Incan city. Explorers rediscovered it in 1911. Its ruins include temples, palaces, military buildings, and common houses. The Incas had little contact with the Mayans or the Aztecs. They did not know of the earliest arrival of the white man, nor did they know of the Spanish conquest of the other civilizations. The first Spanish soldiers in the Incan territory landed on the Caribbean coast on May 13, 1532. Over 180 soldiers arrived to search for gold. Led by Francisco Pizarro, they brought with them guns, armor, a cannon, and horses. The Spanish were the first to bring horses to the New World. These strange new animals fascinated and frightened the Incas. Pizarro led the Spanish invaders against the Incas. After a series of fierce battles, the Spanish defeated the Incan king, Atahualpa, and those that were left lived under the Spanish rule. Today you will finish filling out your chart comparing the 3 civilizations from this week. You will then watch a short video about the Incans. Return to the playlist to start your practice.